Sundial by Noname. What were your thoughts on this one?
I was happy. Noname hadn't released an album in 5 long years, and with the artist that Noname is, the way she comments on society, the critical takes that she has, and with what has gone on in society in the past 5 years, hers was a voice that I personally, as a fan, had been really waiting to hear from. I think, for full transparency, I think it's her weakest album, personally. But I say that in the sense that I think her other albums are A's and this is a B. I love the commentary that she gave. I love the way in which she critiques the positivity era that we seem to be in society, where you can't criticize anyone for anything. And she always does that. I love the fact that in doing that, she also calls herself out for the things that she does. So there's a song, and I can't remember which one, where she was like, go Jay-Z, go Beyonce, go, doing all these shows. And she was like, wait, go Noname, go, because Coachella threw you a bag and you said go, something along those lines. So as well as she'll call out the establishment and these higher powered artists for some of their hypocrisy, she'll also always look internally, which I think is really a real positive sign of her music, which I really like. I love the features here. So I was happy with this album. I like I said, Noname is a voice who I felt I personally needed to hear from in hip hop. And so it was really good to hear from her. It did, you might resonate with this. I don't know how you feel about the album, obviously, but just before I throw it to you, you might resonate with this. It did also throw to me the stark realization, I need a Rhapsody album. Yesterday, I need a Rhapsody album, because I needed to hear from Noname. I need to hear from Rhapsody on really what's gone on. You know what I'm saying? Like the way in 1974, Marvin Gaye looked out of his window and said, yo, what the fuck is going on? I might need Rhapsody to do the exact same thing.
Yo, how much better is what's going on if he really listen? What the hell? What am I seeing right now?
What is going on? Yo, what the fuck?
Oh man,
there's a video I'll even send you after we're done, and that's how I even say what's going on. It's like, girl, what's going on? Yeah, that's how I envisioned he was when he came through. That's how he was in 1974.
I know, sick and tired of being.
He was sick and tired.
Oh man, no, I definitely resonate with that. I want to say this is the album that did it. It's more so just hearing random Rhapsody songs. Like yesterday, I think I even tweeted it out yesterday. Yesterday, I was just in the office and Chrome came on. And it's the first time I've listened to Chrome since the last time I listened to the album, which I haven't listened to it that much this year as a whole. But man, when that album came on, I was just like, yeah, Rhapsody, like, where have you been? The streets are begging at this point. And by the streets, I mean me. But it is what it is. But to this album, this was my first Noname album experience. I've listened to the odd single here and there. Obviously, you said certain albums that you suggested to go and listen to. And for me, I was just waiting on the next one until we got to this one. And I almost missed this one as well. And then you told me, yeah, this is one of the albums I've been listening to. I was like, okay, let me go and digest that. Because I have wanted to listen to a Noname album anyway. And it was good. I enjoyed it. Sonically, it's a great sounding album. Production wise, it's cool. And then message wise, it's cool. It's cool. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. There was nothing about this album that I didn't like. I'll say, how can I put it? Her flow and her ability to talk on subjects is amazing to me, because, and I'm gonna whip out a word that I haven't whipped out in years, Paul, if you would indulge me in this one. Her flow and her messaging is almost oxymoronic, Paul. It's almost oxymoronic. I'm gonna let that one sit for a second, if you will, if you will, because the way
No,
she
wait.
flows.
No, wait. Let it breathe.
Mhm.
Let it breathe. All right, now you can go.
Thank you. No, the way the way she flows is almost like she doesn't care. She doesn't care. Like she has a very nonchalant flow, where it's like, yeah, so I did this the other day, and it's like it sounds good, but it doesn't sound like something that you even necessarily have to really deep. And then you listen to what she's talking about, and it's like, oh, hold on, wait, this is actually like very interesting. Well, you're actually saying like very interesting things here that deserve to be listened to, that really should be spoken about here. And it's like it adds another layer of enjoyment to the album for me. I'll say I didn't expect to enjoy this album as much as I did. It was an album that I thought, okay, I'll listen to review it, and I've ended up listening to it a lot more just because I have nothing to necessarily listen to at the moment. And then, yeah, no, this is an album I can enjoy right now. Um, it was a way better experience than I was picturing, and I expected it to be a good experience before listening to the album as a whole. So for you to say that you think this is her weakest album is so interesting to me, because that means that I really missed one or two with the other albums that she's dropped. I might have to go back and digest those, because man, I love this album. This is a really good one.
Yeah, man, that's interesting to hear. Now, definitely, I resonate with everything you're saying. I think she has a very distinct and particular way of getting her messages across, which forces you to listen. And then when you do listen and you realize what she's talking about, it's very deep in certain spaces. I think, I think for me, when I say it's her weakest album, like I said before, it's because I view the other albums as A's and this more of a B. I think it's because the other albums have songs which really, really like punch. You remember the first time you heard Jesus Is Coming, Rhapsody?
Mm-hmm.
The other albums have that. The other albums have that. Songs
Right.
that just when they finish, they just sit with you. I'm like, what the fuck have I just listened to? Like that.
Fair.
So, and this, I don't feel this one has that, but it's so cool.
Do you have any songs that you'll say are your favorite from this album?
That's a great question. I think Balloons with Jay Electronica and Aaron Allen Kane. Hold Me Down as well. I really like. Namesake, I really like. I like a lot of them. And I think closing out your album with Common will never not be a good idea. I didn't know that was as much of a cheat code as it is. But now that I've heard it, I think more albums should be closed out by Common. And end abruptly. Like the song just stops.
Yeah.
Like, there's no fade. There's no. It just like he's rapping, and then it just. Did my headphones cut out or some shit like that? Like, yeah. But a couple of those. How about you?
I think I'm right there with you. Balloons is amazing. Jay Electronica, man, he as a feature artist is unbelievable on Balloons, man. Wow. Yeah, let me not say too much. Balloons was fantastic. Oblivion was amazing, and I've genuinely forgotten what song it is now. No, Namesake.
Yeah.
Is really, really good. It's a good listen, man. Just it's one of those songs that if you're not listening to the words, then it's a fun song to listen to. And when you're deep in the messaging of the song, it gets way better. So yeah, Namesake is a song that is living with me. It's one of those songs that I just find myself randomly go Beyonce, go watch the telephone. Yeah, it's enjoyable, man. It's very enjoyable. But yeah, Sundial for me, great album. Do you want to go to the Two Stubborn Nigerian rankings?
I mean, we might as well since we're here.
All right, I'm gonna repeat how the rankings work for the people over on YouTube. So the Two Stubborn Nigerian album rankings go as such: I Hate I Ever Listened to This, Won't Be Listened to Again, Whole Lot of Mid, Might Stay in Rotation for about a week, Pretty Damn Good, Serious Project, and then either me and or Paul can give the album our 50% stamp of approval. In the case that we both give it our 50% stamp of approval, the album will become Two Stubborn Nigerian approved. Can I start with this one?
Of course you can.
I would go pretty damn good with this album. It's a good time. It's a really good time. Not many flaws, if any flaws, with this album for me. I'll say is Virgin on Serious Project. Is Virgin on Serious Project. The only reason that I won't put it there necessarily right now is just because, similar to what you said, even though I don't have anything else to compare it to, but there was no real moment on this album where I was like, oh my god, I need to pull that up right now. There's no moment like that. But that being said, it's an album that I enjoy beginning to end, and there's really no big flaws, if any flaws, in this album. So I'll give it pretty damn good.
I'm gonna take the damn out and go pretty good.
Mm.
I think calling it pretty damn good gives it too much emphasis, which I don't want to give it. If you're at the higher end of pretty damn good, putting it close to Serious Project, I'd say I'm probably at the lower end of pretty damn good, putting it close to might stay in rotation about a week. But it stayed in rotation for much longer than a week, so I can't say that. It's a good project, man. I enjoyed it. Not as much as I enjoyed her previous projects. I don't know how well it will live going forward the rest of the year, in the sense of when we get to the end of the year and we're talking about albums of the year, I don't necessarily think it will come up in those conversations. And not in the sense that it doesn't deserve it to be there, but the sense of I don't think we'll remember it came out. And that is a bit of a concern that I have really around hip hop generally this year. That's not exclusive to Noname, but she unfortunately fits into that bracket. But pretty good. I did enjoy this album. I recommend it to people to go and listen to. I recommend it. I mean, clearly it's your first time listening to a Noname album, so it seems like it's a good entryway into her as an artist. You'd be able to speak more to that anyway. But yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.